In Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Everybody who's watching, people of the book. This is your host, Jamal, and I'd like to welcome you all on our show. This is the third part of the Sikhism, Sikhism scene. I have brother Hasmeet with me, and if you remember, a couple of weeks ago we done the other two parts, yeah. And unfortunately, we were supposed to do this part, but unfortunately, brother Hasmeet was not well, so we decided to postpone it, and now we're back with you. What is the purpose of this? Is that I think you remember that there was a video that brother Hasmeet done on Sikhism. And it was taken by a couple of Sikhs, and they decided to do a reaction or whatever on there. And there were some things that they were saying that were not true. Yeah. So Brother Hasmeet decided now to to respond to them, because obviously if they're telling lies, then he's gonna prove himself wrong, kind of thing. He's gonna prove them wrong. So Brother Hasmeet, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to the show again. And alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you good health.
Wa alaikum salam ya akhi, and salamu alaikum to everyone who's watching. Yeah, alhamdulillah, I feel better now today.
Alhamdulillah. Right, okay. So what we're going to do is, in line with what we were doing before, we're going to pull the video. And from the video, we're going to watch segments of it. And from these segments, then Brother Hasmeet is going to give his comments on there, where they're wrong, where they're saying that he's wrong, and refuting their arguments and everything. So what we'll do is we'll share the screen. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, and right. Okay, so we're going to share the screen now, and sorry. Share screen. Okay, right. We're going to start on here now. At this point, there is a refutation which Brother Hasmeet is going to get involved in, and let's put it on full screen. Okay, and then we're going to move on like this gradually. And okay, so you ready to go? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's go.
In respect, leave all that to be prosecuted, to be cast out of his own place. So when I study more into the teachings of this of Islam,
you gave example this earlier, right? About the knife could have given the life for another faith. Not to compare, but just to make that point. You can find that as well in Sikh history.
To other religions, because Islam teaches you logic. I always say this: Islam is a religion for intellectual people.
Look, no disrespect, but full disrespect at the same time, that this guy's who are being intellectual, yeah? This guy's not intellectual at all. At all. Anything that he said so far, he's not given one reference to anything that he said about Sikhi, and the one reference he has given was the wrong reference.
Yeah.
So that is just a complete lie as well.
All of his assertions are based on lies.
Yeah.
Are based on misinformation or
Yeah. How can he say him himself as an individual that he's intellectual, right? That this idea is just completely false, man.
Jazakallah khair. That's like my logo out there.
So let me just get into this, right? First of all, it's very wrong for the brother to say that the statement that I'm making intellectually that is false. You don't know me. You can't say that I'm intellectually not intelligent. You're false. You don't know me. Let me just clear something up, right? I can see why you would think that I'm not intellectual at all, and that's simply because your intelligence level is way below me. Okay, you are way below me, so you don't understand me because you don't have the education to understand me. You're not intelligent enough to understand me. That's one thing. Number two, he said that I gave one reference and that reference is wrong. How is that reference wrong? He's talking about the reference that I gave from the Guru Granth Sahib, which is called, which I phrased the word Allah. right? That Allah is one of the gods, one of the name of God. How is that wrong? So he lied. He got caught lying now, red-handed. I can't even defend his position to say that he made a statement out of ignorance, because he just said it in the last videos, in the early videos. And he agreed that Allah is one of the name of God. And that was the reference. And now he said that reference is false. Right? And then he said, and then the other brother said that all my assertion was based on lies. Okay. If it was based on lies, then I challenge you. I challenge you to come out, because this is what I said, right? I said the Guru Granth Sahib was your number one holy book, your holy scripture. Go against me. Say it is not. I say that you believe as Sikhi, God is God manifests in everything and in everyone. Say it is not. Go against me. Say it's not. Right? I say that you only believe that God is only one. There's no 3 or 4 or 5 gods. Say it's not. Go against me, because you say I'm lying. So you cannot go with me, right? I say that God has got no, it's not male and it's not female. Right? It's got no form. It's genderless. Go against me. Go against me. Right? What else? God is shapeless. Go against me. Sikhi, it's prohibited to drink alcohol. Go against me. Go against me. God is what else? Muslim writes in GGS. Muslims, there were Muslims writing in the GGS. Whether it's the guru that take it and write and put it in the GGS or whatever, doesn't matter. There was Kabir who was a Muslim. There was Mardana who was a Muslim. Go against me. Say that it's wrong. Say that you don't believe that. Say it. Right? Many Sikhs are not very... Right? I said that many Sikhs are not very educated about their own religion. Obviously, they are also not very educated on their own religion. Go against me. Say no. Say everything that this brother said is wrong. Say it. And then say what is your, what? If it's not the Guru Granth Sahib, what is your holy book? If you don't believe that God resides in everything and everyone, then how do you believe that God resides? So these two brothers has been caught lying. Lying. They are liars, and they are supposed to be leaders of community of the Sikh community in England. These are the leaders of the Sikh community in England. A bunch of haters, liars. I may not practice Sikh, but obviously I know what Sikh is. And these people are lying. And for you to say that I'm not intellectual enough, where's your brains? Obviously, you don't have one, because you're not using it. You're not thinking. Now you've been caught red-handed by your own words. You prove yourself to be a liar. Continue on, okay, please. Inshallah.
Some sort of set of laws that people have to follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Interestingly, yes. It is prohibited for them to drink alcohol. They can't drink alcohol. Although you see Sikhism
They consume a lot of alcohol. Like, Sikh people drink.
Punjabi.
It's going to be on.
Hasmeet, I think there's an echo coming. Is it coming from your side?
There's a what?
There's an echo coming in. Is it coming from your side?
From my side. No, it's not from my side.
Echo.
It's not. It is.
No. Okay. I got it. Okay, it's not from your side. Yeah, okay. All right. I had another one open. So
See,
They can.
They
Cultural thing.
they can
They
drink.
do drink a lot. though.
I
Yeah.
know that. I've
Punjabis.
seen, bro, they can drink, bro. I was surprised because now he's saying it's haram, quote unquote.
Yes.
Not supposed to.
Yeah.
But the people that I see them also always like but like they can drink are like people that are religious, like they turban, long beard, right?
That doesn't necessarily make you religious.
Yes.
having a turban and not be.
I think
Mm.
we're on the wrong.
It's a cultural thing as well.
One
Yeah.
For the
second.
people of that
Should
region.
have been back
Okay.
here.
We all did that. We all, or at least
To find in those groups.
some.
Oh, I
Allah is the one.
side as well, right?
They went,
That's
But
right.
it, you know, it doesn't. There's no more to
just
it.
because we acknowledge doesn't mean that's
137.
our prophet now, right?
Yes.
That we accept everything they said as a complete truth.
Just look in a historical sense that they were speaking to Muslims and they know who the Muslims' prophet is, and they were speaking to Muslims. They mentioned Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? It doesn't make any. It just, and you can find that in the history. When Guru Sahib went to Baghdad and they spoke about Muhammad Sahib as well, right?
They went to Makkah, they went to all these places.
Yes. So he's making so much more out of this gala, out of this conversation than there is basically. So yeah,
There's a lot of assumptions and not enough actual research and facts.
100%.
Some sort of quote unquote Sharia or law or Torah, some
Look
sort
at
of
this joker.
set of laws that
Yeah, so I think that's where we're supposed to stop. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Look, they're saying that the Sikhi they know that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is the prophet of Islam, right? Obviously, because Guru Nanak said that, right? I mean, he acknowledges, of course, that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is a prophet. Now, where did Brother Khalil or me say that it is your prophet? It is the prophet of the Sikhi, prophet of the Christians. Where did we say this? So he said that I'm simply making gala. Gala in Punjabi means talk, like making it into a big story. No, he is the one who's making it into a big story. He's saying that things we never said. We never said these things. We never said that the prophet, that Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is also your prophet, so you should follow him. Where did we say that? We never said that. So this guy is lying. He is lying out of his teeth. And while he lies, in the same breath that he lies, he goes on and say there are just too much of assumptions, there's just too much of this, too much of that, no proof. He lies and then he says that. Then this, lying, lying, brothers and sisters, if you're listening, lying is it is an art. So you perfect your lies through time. These people are good liars. I'm not saying that they've been lying, but these people seem to be good liars. They can say one thing in the same breath and then say the other thing. What jokers are these, man? Mm-hmm. This is supposed to be the people who come out to talk about Sikhism. This is making the Sikh, I feel bad. This is making the Sikh community look wrong, look really bad. These people, MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Astaghfirullah Al-Azim. May Allah guide us to never ever be like these brothers. I mean,
yeah. There seems to be one thing that I have a contention on. When they keep mentioning that Guru Nanak went to Mecca, we'll talk about that later. But I know that we're coming to that later. But I don't seem to find how he could have gone to Mecca. But again, we'll talk about it later because we are coming to it afterwards. Yeah, but it seems that for those who have not recognized, those who have not noticed when they mention it, it's a big lie because, either way, they're digging holes for themselves. But anyway, let's move on. Yeah, move on to the next one.
Human race, ek hai pehchanable. See them, sab hai, see everyone as one. Don't see any difference. Karta karima soy, Rajaka rahima oi. So I need to change it, right? Karta karima soy, Karta kareem, the doer, the creator, Kareem, a Muslim name, right? For the one who's merciful. Rajika Rahima Oi. Oi. The same thing, right? Again, they're talking about that. It's the same one. Dusuro nape the koi pula prama manabo. Don't see any difference between them. Don't get caught up in this illusion. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji has not disrespected them in any way and said that, and the points that he's making. But even if he wants to bring up that point, show us a quote. He's just making all these statements. And, maybe this will cause enmity.
Yeah.
Right? This will cause enmity, saying that because now if somebody who's one of our Muslim brothers or sisters listens to this, they're going to think that look, and he's making whoever, I don't know who this Paul is, but he sounds like somebody who did something that was like the opposite.
Yeah.
But that is not the case. So we're just causing hate for no reason, man. Guy's a joker.
So it's coming in for me. How I would explain.
Right.
So
Stop here.
Please, please. I'm not the joker here. You are the joker. All right. You say that I'm causing hate. Right? You say that I'm causing hate, I'm causing enmity, and I'm just simply saying things, no proof, and this, that, and the other. Okay, just play a little bit back where there was the verse just now. Play a little bit back, okay. Where was the verse just now? He showed a verse. He showed a verse just now. No. Where you stopped just now, yeah. Okay, stop here. Yeah. So this is the verse that he was talking about. Now, interestingly, right, brothers and sisters, interestingly, he read the whole verse, but he forgets to mention the most interesting part where it says, distinguish feature of Hinduism and Islam as an what? Error and illusion. And then he says that, no, the Guru Gobind Singh never said anything bad about Islam. It's right there in front of your eyes. You're showing to everyone and you're lying. My God, this guy is such a liar. He cannot refute me. He cannot prove to say what I'm saying is not right. So he creates his own story. I mean, lie better at least. Come on, you're on video. It's right there. It's written right there. Hinduism and Islam as an error. Do you even know English? Error, what does error means? So how am I causing hate? How am I causing enmity? What are you talking about? This guy doesn't know English. No wonder he's been calling me, no wonder he called me and Dr. Khalil. I have to take out his rank now. No wonder he's calling me and Dr. Khalil, right? People with no intellectual. Because you don't have a brain. So how can you distinguish whether we are intellectual or not? My God.
Yeah. I think maybe we could invite them online and have a discussion with them and see how they can, because I mean, if they're making they're making claims like this, and I mean it's worthless basically.
Okay, me and Khalil both send them multiple emails.
Right.
Multiple
but I think
emails.
it's high time. It's high time they accept it now.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They're gonna accept it because they know
Right.
if they accept it, right, they will be proven wrong and they can't say anything.
Right. Okay. So we move on to the next one. Yeah. Right. Okay. So I came back, so I have to go back to this now. 36. Right. This one here now.
My man put his own father into prison.
He killed his own brother.
He killed most of his brothers. I think he killed all three of them.
Yeah.
He poisoned his sister. He even swore an oath on the Quran.
Yeah.
And went against that oath. And that is written in Zafarnama by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. When the Pahari Raja, the Hindu hill Raja, and then the Muslims, the Mughals, when they went to go and fight Guru Gobind Singh Ji in the last battle, Anandpur Sahib to Chamkaur Sahib. In Anandpur Sahib, in that battle in 1704, 1705, they said that we swear on the Quran, we swear on our holy cow, the Hindu said, that we will not attack you if you leave this fortress. And they attacked them when they left. Right, so how can this guy sit and say that he was the most Muslim out of all of them? Obviously, like Akbar
How
was a
can
great
you make a oath on the Quran and then
go against
go
it?
against it?
Right, but even the other points about the father and stuff like that, just because they prayed 5 times a day and they did drink alcohol,
That doesn't make you a true Muslim.
that's like a Sikh. I may pray 3 times a day, but I could do all these horrible stuff. Doesn't make me a good Sikh. It just means that I'm doing the actions, but I'm not even listening to the words of those prayers. Right, so these guys make some proper crazy statements, man.
There's a lot of claims that the Hindus make about him. And what's happening today in India with the BJP government, they are trying to make Aurangzeb look bad because of the reason of that he went around and broke all.
So okay, now
I think we were supposed to go a little further.
just let me address this point because I forgot about this point. So here he's talking about and he says
You've got a crackling. You've got a crackling coming from your sound. I don't know.
Is it really?
Crackling.
Now?
Let me see. Carry on. Talk.
Yeah. Is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now. Yeah, but there's an echo though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't have any echo.
Okay, I'm getting an echo. From here.
So he says that. See, he says that. First of all, this guy obviously proves that he doesn't understand English well. So he maybe should just talk in his own language, whatever the language can be. He should just talk in that language. He's not educated. He don't know nothing about his religion. He don't know nothing about his history. This guy is. I mean, he's just a false person. He's just a false person built on lies and false. I said Aurangzeb was the most Islamic out of all of them. Do you understand the term most Islamic? Let me explain to you. Since you don't understand English, let me give you an English class. When someone says he is the most handsomest, she is the most prettiest out of all of them, that doesn't mean that they are the most handsome in the world. That simply means out of all of them, the bunch, the group, that person is the most good looking. Similar to this, when I say out of all the Mughal kings, Aurangzeb was the most Islamic. Okay? Now, let me give you an example, since you don't even understand that, right? Let me give you an example. Now, let's say there are 10 Mughal kings. Example. I hope you understand the meaning of example. To use a dictionary to look up. If you don't know what a dictionary is, I can't help you. Google dictionary. Can you spell dictionary? Then that may help you, right? When you look at it, it simply means out of 10 kings, right, who don't pray at all, and then you got one king who does his prayers, but does other things. That will make him slightly more Islamic than the rest.
Of course. It'll make him a bit pious than the rest, isn't it? Because at least he prays compared to the other one.
Doesn't mean he became an angel. That's not what I said. And then notice he says this. He says the swearing on the Quran thing, right? I mean, wow. Thank you for letting us know that. Where again did you read this history? In Zafarnama, written by Guru Gobind Singh, the same guru who called Hinduism and Islam an error. That same guru who's now saying that Aurangzeb swear in the book. That same guy. How come we don't have this in our history? We have to believe your history? Why? Don't you think that your history will have biasness, since Aurangzeb butchered all the sons of Guru Gobind? By the way, Aurangzeb butchered all the sons, Guru Gobind's sons. Just so you know, so there might be a biasness, like they themselves say. There might be a biasness, right? Go look at other history. Look at the evidence I gave you in these past videos. What were the evidence? The evidence was from your own. There were Muslim scholars who talk about this, but I felt that, you know what? I'm not going to bring a Muslim scholar. I'm going to bring your own Sikh scholar to educate you in the last videos. Bring a Muslim scholar. Telling that.
Yeah, I'd like to say assalamu alaikum to Brother Saeed, who's just joined us. Whoever else is watching us or listening from anywhere, assalamu alaikum to you, and I hope you're benefiting from this. I'd like to remind you that you're listening to us you're watching or listening to us on O People of the Book, and we're also on a multi-network channel, which is Consider This TV. And on top of it, you're watching on my Twitter channel as well, which is @do_jam. And please share and subscribe and hit that bell hard, because we've got more programs coming. Anyway, do we continue?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
We'll just push forward a little bit because there's a bit more left.
Yeah.
All idols and the temples, the Hindu temples. But wait a minute, if that was true, why do you still have so many documentaries talking about the greatness of India, talking about the greatness of the temple, how they designed it and everything? If Aurangzeb broke everything.
Look, he didn't break down every single temple. Why not? He broke down temples, yes, thousands, but there are thousands upon thousands of temples, right? And he stopped at a point, and this is in Sikh history as well that he did that, and then he stopped after a while. He went to a place like Jaipur.
India is so massive,
Yeah,
and the Mughals, to be clear here, they didn't have control of all of India.
no,
They only had control of like northern India and mid India.
Hanji.
So they didn't even touch South India.
So yeah, this guy is just making stuff up now, man. Literally.
Okay, it says
Aurangzeb did not break anything. In fact,
okay, remember I WhatsApp you the India picture. Can you please bring that picture up? Because the brother said, "What's such a small place of India, right?" This is Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah. This is going to prove how ignorant these people are. They never even did their own research. I send you a picture on WhatsApp, Akhi. Because he's saying that what's this Aurangzeb?
Which one? Which one? The first one or the second one?
Anyone, Akhi, anyone. Both is the map of India. Looks like I have to really educate these brothers about their own history. They don't know about their own history. Aurangzeb, broke thousands of temples. He killed thousands of Hindu. Where is this evidence in your Sikh history, right? What about the other history? Well, let me prove it to you. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you that you are wrong. There
Okay,
you
this
go.
one?
India, the Mughal Empire. Can you see that? So the only place that was not conquered was below that small part. Can you go down a little bit, Ati?
Yeah, just a minute.
There you go. So that below part there, under the Indian Ocean over there, that's Sri Lanka. So below that 1707, right? So all India was conquered by Mughal except for that one small dot down there. And what did he say? They didn't have control of all India. They had control of such a small place. Does that look like a small place to you? There you go. There you go. All that is conquered by the Mughal Empire. That looks like a small place to you? Akhi, I don't know. I mean, these people are jokers, Akhi. Do they even know what they are talking about? These people are. How do they dare come up making this podcast? They're making fools out of themselves and the Sikh community. I ask for the Sikh people who are educated in their own history, please approach these two jokers and let them know. They're making false claims. They're making their own people look bad.
Yeah, and I think the people should do their research as well. I mean, like, you've done research and you've showed them. The people, instead of believing us or believing them, do your research. You'll get the truth, isn't it? I mean, research is there.
That is just so astaghfirullah. These people are, what is it? Maybe they want popularity. I think that's what they want. They want to be popular.
Get likes.
Desperate to be popular, so any kind of small popularity, they will take it. Whether it's bad for them or whether it's good for them. They say no popularity is a bad popularity. I think that's how they hold it. So they just don't mind by going online and lying and saying, making themselves into fools and jokes, right? As long as they get some kind of popularity. I hope they are not the leaders. I hope they are not the leaders of Sikh, because I mean, please, they are better. I'm not asking you to convert into Islam, right? But even if you stay in Sikhism, I hope these people are not the leaders of the future generation of Sikh. Look at the way they are so ignorant and they are lying out of their teeth like it's nothing. How can you allow this kind of people to lead your future generation? Astaghfirullah alazim.
Okay, so we move on, yeah? Okay, so we stop sharing this. I'll get back to this now. Okay, so There's still another part of that video to go, so we'll finish to the point where we have to. Okay, 1 second. Stop share. Okay. Share. Didn't put sound.
The brothers and sisters in the chat,
Most of his governors were Hindu. Most of his governors were Hindus.
And just a
And Muslims.
point on this is, even though they were Hindus, they had to live in secrecy, doing their
Yes.
prayers behind closed doors, because they were living in fear that if they did their prayers in public, they would get persecuted. Why would they do that?
And it's political. Like they mentioned the point about Jahangir, it's political that they had these Hindu leaders, but they're all in fear. And who's to say that they weren't going to convert them afterwards anyway? Right? Just because they're a Hindu, they're Hillaraji, but at the same time,
They were just allies at the time.
they were forced to help them. Right? At the same time, Aurangzeb's father, no, their grandfather, Jahangir, they imprisoned these Hindu kings.
Yeah.
For political reasons, right? The story of Bandi Chor, very famous in Sikhi, Bandi Chor, the Diwali, the whole story, right? With the 52 kings in prison and Guru Har Gobind Singh Ji released them. Those 52 kings, their ancestors, betrayed the Guru, the 10th Guru, and went on the side of Aurangzeb to attack the Guru.
Yeah.
Right? So it's got nothing to do with, that Aurangzeb didn't convert these people. He went on a mass conversion to the point where it's written that until he had 50 kg of janails in front of him. A janail is a piece of string, a taga.
String that Hindus used to wear.
Where the sacred thread, right? Until he had 50 kg of janails in front of him, he would not eat his dinner. This guy was brutal to his own family, to his own father, right? And he's making these points. The guy doesn't even know what he's on about. And look, these are things that we've got from our references from our historical books, right? That we have, history, that we've already named them earlier, right? And many more. He's not provided one reference here, and he talks about being an intellectual.
Right. Okay, this is where it's supposed to stop.
Yeah, okay. So let's play the video for him and give him the reference. What reference?
Right, okay. So we'll play the video about Aurangzeb, yeah?
Yes. Let's play that video. So this video, brothers and sisters, video is by Audrey Truschke. Okay, she is neither a Hindu, she's neither a Sikh, she's neither a Muslim. She's an atheist or a Christian, whatever it is. So there's no biasness over there. She is a renowned historian and scholar. She's got a very, very good remarks, right? And of course, the Indian people, BJP government have attacked her for talking about this and all that, but she has got evidence, more evidence than these two jokers who want to give evidence, but they themselves, they are talking and they're not giving any evidence. And the evidence that they're giving is from their Sikh history.
Right, okay, so we'll make it... okay. Okay.
Listeners, it gives me great pleasure to have Audrey Truschke.
Just buffering.
On our program today.
What's the time, Afi? The time was supposed to be...
No, on here there was no time, was it? Or was there a time on here? 49.
4 minutes.
4 minutes, yeah? 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
Maybe you just stop. Maybe you just stop at 3 minutes 55.
3:55. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no! Why is it loading?
I don't know why it's buffering.
While the video is loading, right? So
yeah.
I want to keep it quiet. So brothers and sisters, right? Take this video. Take this as a very good example, as a learning example. Take them as the both that jokers over here, right? Now I don't want to disrespect them, but because they have just disrespected
I
themselves,
thought were completely boilerplate. No one would have.
Is it okay? Yeah.
Jacked, and I felt like the entire world started screaming in my face.
Oh wow. The internet is not okay at your place, Aki.
And I realized then that historians have progressed on how we think about Aurangzeb Alamgir, and no one had translated that for a wider audience. And so I thought, why not try my hand at it? And Aurangzeb, the Man in the Myth, was the result of that.
So I read in your book that the demonization of Aurangzeb.
Maybe Aki, you want to
started
close
with
it
the
and
British.
we on it back
And the
again?
British
Restart it again?
represented him.
Will it be better? Will it be better if you restart it again? So while the brother is loading the thing, right? Let me just continue a little bit. Don't follow like what these two jokers were doing, right? Because it will end your career. It will end your career, and no one's going to respect you. Everyone's going to look down on you because you make yourself into a joke, right? You make yourself into such a cheap joke. You're trying so hard. And through that hardness that you're trying, people can see that you're lying. You get caught red-handed. People can see that you're ignorant. People can see that you don't know what you're talking about, and you're telling that the other person doesn't know what's talking about. The person done the research doesn't know what he's talking about, and that person, right? So take this as an example.
And they were there in shining armor to come and rescue their colonial subjects, the Indians.
Aki, why don't you go to 9 minutes straight away, and then let's see how it goes from there, Aki. I think the internet is really bad.
And I felt like the entire world started screaming in my face. And I
go to 9 minutes, Aki.
Realized then that historians have progressed on how we think of.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. What you will see here, Audrey Truschke will explain, is that there is no evidence at all, okay, that Aurangzeb went on a mass conversion. Now, this is only probably written in the own Sikhi, in the Punjabi history, right? But when you look at other history, this is not written, okay? And this was obviously done or made up to make Aurangzeb.
They have an interest in history, and they pick up history and they start writing about it from their perspective. There's, as a historian who the Indian Hindutva movement doesn't like, you cop a lot of flack on Twitter. And but how do we, as ordinary Indians, reshape the way we have been looking at Aurangzeb? For instance, he killed his brothers, he imprisoned his father.
So,
he even if you talk about the Sikh gurus, he went about killing our Sikh gurus because of his focus on conversion. When the Sikh gurus did not convert, he killed them. Now these are the narratives that we've grown up with. He imposed jizya on non-Muslims, which is a tax for non-Muslims. He destroyed thousands of them. And I also read a source that you quote, who says that he did not destroy more than 12
This is very interesting, brothers and sisters. Listen to this. What they're
But
saying.
how do we, as ordinary Indians, we grew up on stories and narratives of demonizing Aurangzeb, and that he converted, he killed.
Aki, can you just pause for a while, Aki? Let it load. Yeah, let it load for a while. Let it load for a while. Okay, so what's going to happen here is Audrey Truschke is going to talk about how many temples actually Aurangzeb broke and what was the reason for it, right? And Aurangzeb did not go killing Hindus and mass Hindus because they wanted to convert them, right? So she is going to refute those two jokers just like that. Where this? Yeah. Just like that. It's going to refute them, right? And this is a credible scholar, not because her narrative fits mine, because she's been given the trust by multiple universities and colleges, right? And she's a credible scholar. So you can trust what she says, right? You can trust what she says. Whereas, like the brother said just now, the one in the left, the Punjabi brother in this video, what did he say? He said that we've been growing up with this narrative that Aurangzeb been going around killing people, this, that, and the other. So exactly like the two jokers, what they said that it's written in our Punjabi history. Okay, so let's see what true history
And
actually
suddenly,
says.
how do we, as ordinary Indians, change our opinion about Aurangzeb? It's really hard.
So I think the first thing that you have to be willing to do, you have to be willing to challenge the ideas that you grew up with. And in some cases, I think that's very difficult for people, right? These are things that your parents might have told you, and that your grandparents might have told you, particularly for Sikh.
Oh, man.
Communities, this is often embedded in a faith-based.
Akhi, the internet is very bad, Akhi, yeah? You're on mute, Akhi, I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Narrative
My
that
internet
can be
shouldn't be
very
bad. I
difficult
mean,
to challenge. And
I'm on 5G.
as a historian, I offer
No, but it cannot be my internet, this one.
one way of viewing the past.
Because I'm not the one
and
playing.
for people who don't want a historical way of viewing the past, my honest answer is just don't listen to me, right? If you want to stick with a more faith-based view, or whatever you inherited, I have nothing to say.
I do apologize. There's some technical problem that's going on with these.
But for people who
videos.
want, to sort of know.
But basically, if you want to go and watch this video, so that's the name in the middle, Kate Sunte, and you can just take this
I think
scholar's
the
name.
starting points are.
Audrey Truschke is the scholar's name. Oh, I'm the only one now. Yeah, I think the scholar Audrey Truschke, she makes a really good point, right? If you want to stay in your own bubble, you want to be just don't listen. Don't listen to the truth. Don't listen to people like us, because it hurts you. It hurts you, so don't listen. Just go on living in your own little bubble and be happy with yourself, believing what you want to believe.
He was essentially a king.
Yeah, there's some issue somewhere. I don't know what's the problem. But I've got fast internet. I don't understand why it's doing like this.
Okay, what about Aki? If you go, this one you opening up from my email, my WhatsApp, right?
One, you look at the facts.
No.
Right?
This one I'm going directly
Did
to
Aurangzeb Alamgir in fact embark on some
directly
large
from
scale?
YouTube.
Okay,
Directly
probably
from
that
YouTube.
To
probably
convert
that might be
everyone
the reason.
to Islam? The answer is no.
There you go. The answer is no.
There's no evidence of that. And there's pretty substantial historical evidence of small-scale conversion during his reign. He would get these daily news reports, right, sent from, various parts of his empire. It's like pre-modern tweets or something, right? And, they would say sometimes the names of people who had converted. When you're naming people who had converted, you're dealing with like pretty small numbers, like single digits usually. It suggests there was no large scale imperial thing, right? Aurangzeb, he was essentially a king who happened to be Muslim more than he was. Was a Muslim who happened to be king, right? Being king came first for him. The thousands of temples, he didn't destroy thousands of temples. We know about a dozen. Now, there may have been more, but to go from a dozen to 1,000, maybe a few dozens, more likely there. Another thing you can do is you can look at context. It's true. He imprisoned his father for 7.5 years, right? He put Shah Jahan on like a long-term lockdown. To put it in very
Do bear with us, brothers and sisters. Something's wrong with the internet, but this is very important.
Modern terms. You have to think about why.
So you need to know what these missionaries, how they lie. How they lie, and really badly they lie. Very bad that what they are doing. The full video is over here. You can go Kate Sunte. Type in Audrey Truschke. So there's a full video over there.
Yeah, you can take the title here, podcast Aurangzeb Alamgir. You could just copy this title and paste it into YouTube, and you'll get it. I don't know what's happening. I've got 5G, and usually my internet is fast. I don't know what's happening with this. If there is another link for that interview, I could probably try and find it and put it there. But this is the only one I seem to have, and it seemed to be slow. But yesterday when I was watching it, it was okay. I had no problems with it, but it just seems that this one is slow. So I don't know.
Can we restart it again? Yeah, just play again. Maybe it's loaded.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay.
Right? He wasn't the first Mughal emperor who did that. Shah Jahan had killed several of his brothers. He killed some nephews, some cousins. Multiple earlier Mughal kings had tried to overthrow their fathers. They were just unsuccessful. Now that doesn't mean that we give Aurangzeb a pass and say, oh, well, it was all okay. But it does mean that we understand that he was acting as a normal Mughal king would. And whether you or I think that that's just is irrelevant, right? What I care about as a historian is explaining his actions.
And, Audrey, you were saying that he would have destroyed at most maybe a handful of temples. And so what was the reason
I think it's enough. For the brothers and sisters, they can maybe what you can do to make it easier, you can copy the link and put it in the description, so they can go to the description box and they can click, and it will direct them to this video directly. But basically, this is what I wanted to say, right? This is a scholar, a historian that is saying that no, he did broke the temples, yes, but not in the thousands. Okay, not in the thousands, right? And he broke the temple at the sense of it's a political stance, right? What it happens is in the 18th, 17th century, in the 16th century, right? What happens is when they want to go to war, they will go to the place, to the village or anything, right? And then they will break the temple, right? To bring down the morale of the army or the people over there. That was basically it, right? The message is like, I've killed your God, or I've hurt your God, and you and your God can't even protect himself. Right, that's to bring the morale down. That's the reason why they used to go around and break the temples. How do Audrey Truschke know this? Because in Benares, right? Anyone who's from India here will know Banaras is filled with Hindu quails, right? Weirdly enough, if he was on a rampage to break all the Hindu temples, right? Logically, what would happen is he would go there, okay, and then he would break all the temples. But the problem is he broke 1 or 2 temples, and literally all the other temples, which is a stone throw away, he left it. He didn't break it. So that's how we get to know that he wasn't there to go and break the temples. And this mass conversion, like Audrey Truschke said, he had names. So when we talk about names, it's not a mass conversion. It's not a mass conversion. So once again, this narrative is coming from one historical group, only one historical group that is saying he went on a mass murder, this, that, and the other, and of course the Hindus as well, right? But when we look at other history sources outside historian sources, they don't agree with this narrative. You might have 1 or 2 that supports pro BJP government, and they might write things like that, because obviously Audrey Truschke was backlashed for this. But here's the thing, right? The 2 jokers did not do their research. And then they are telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Look at the arrogance. Look at the arrogance.
You're crackling again, you know that.
Arrogance of these people. They are liars. They are dishonest people. They have been strawmanning me and Akhi Khalil. They've made up stories. And they have not studied anything. They don't even know their own faith, their own religion. If that is not the worst of the worst, then I don't know what worse is. These people are really low, man. They're really low. Let's continue the video. Okay, not this one, the other video. Or you want to continue this one, so it's up to you, Aki. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Just one second. I'm just getting it.
Now, I don't normally like to talk like this, bring down other people. You see, in other podcasts, I don't do this, right? I don't bring down other people and this and that. But these people, I mean, they were trying really, it's quite clear to see that because I reverted, I was a Sikh before, and then I reverted to Islam, I accepted Islam. You can see the hate in their hearts for me. And all they want to do is they want to try to prove that I don't know what I'm talking about, and everything that I'm talking about is wrong, which they are failing very badly because they can't refute me. They can't prove that what I'm saying is wrong. All they can do is they can agree, go on later on in the video, then just say that, oh, whatever he said was all lies. Hoping that people will only take that part where they say, later on in the video, that whatever I say was all lies. But when you go and look back at the video, they were agreeing with me all the way. Bunch of jokers. Of course, I made some statement that was inaccurate, right? And I retracted that statement. And for that statement, even if I didn't need to retract that statement, right? Because he said that I was making it up. Obviously, I showed it in the previous video. I was not making it up, because you have got other Sikhs who also believe what I believe, that the gurus were not gods and they were not receiving revelation. So we were making it up. But anyway, I still retracted that statement. That's how responsible.
We're starting for 49, yeah?
Yeah.
We can show it, right? We have
shown you
evidence. What about Guru Nanak? Did he have evidence? If he was the prophet, just think about it. If he was the prophet, why is he saying, if you want to taste the sweetness of truth, if you want to taste the sweetness of truth, then follow the Prophet of Islam.
Again,
if he himself was a prophet,
that was misinterpreted.
Right? If you're going to claim that he was a prophet, then you're going against your prophet. Because your prophet just said, follow the prophet of Islam.
for that?
So you're going
Good
against your
knowledge
prophet.
podcast.
Yeah, so let me just clear that up. Okay, that was I paraphrased that thing. I paraphrased it. Okay, he did not exactly say word by word. What he said word by word essentially is that, right? To be a Muslim, it is hard. Okay, first let him, let the Muslim get his delusion out of his head about death, this, that, and the other, right? And the main part here is to take into point, right? To take into point, the main part is that Guru Nanak then said, let him savor the religion of the Prophet as true. Who's the Prophet is talking about? Muhammad. So if Guru Nanak calls Muhammad a prophet, that means Guru Nanak acknowledges that he is a true prophet. I am not saying that he is your prophet. For the Sikhs, I'm not saying that, because I know if they hear this, they're going to try to twist my words again. All right? And then they're going to say that, oh, I'm lying by the dirty techniques, by twisting the words, right? So no, I am saying Guru Nanak acknowledges that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a true prophet in his own books. That's all I'm saying. He's not your prophet. He's not the prophet of the Christians. He's not the prophet of the kafirs. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so for them to twist my words like this is just irresponsible. Yeah, man, these people are like children, man. They're like kids. Aki, carry on, Aki. I don't know if this what other time do we have?
This was supposed to go to the end. And then we were supposed to play that clip where he said that Guru Nanak went to Mecca and discuss on that part as well. So for this one, it says play to the end. End of this segment.
There's a lot of time here.
This segment only. The rest of it we said was not relevant.
Okay, yeah, okay, then it's not because the
when
rest.
When we checked it last time, we said it was not relevant.
By not following the Prophet of Islam.
That's a fair argument.
Thank you. That's all. Thank you, guys.
So if we just look at what he said about Guru Gobind Singh Ji,
Yeah.
well, and the point again that we tackled earlier, that all this hate that he's spewing about the 10th Guru, but he's got no evidence, no points, and we talked about what the Guru had to say. If we just look at Bahadur Shah, who is the son of Aurangzeb.
Yeah, so once again,
You tackle this?
see, brother, the narrative is they're trying to make me look bad. They're trying to make me look like I'm trying to cause a hatred between Islam and Sikhism, when actually they are the ones who are doing it. So these people are very sneaky. I think these people are good, well-bred liars, man. Because you don't learn these kind of things out of just immediately. You have to be doing this for a very long time. Right? Look at the way they twist the hate that he's been spewing about Guru Nanak, and he's not shown evidence. You showed the evidence yourself, and you did not read the last part where it says Hinduism and Islam is error. Consider it as an error. So I'm not saying that. Your guru is saying that, and yet you're saying no. So what? You don't even believe your own guru? You don't even believe your own scripture? Man, these people are... Okay. We have the other video, right?
Yeah, well, we have.
I'm done with this.
Yeah. This one we're supposed to finish here, and then we go to the other one where it says that Guru Nanak actually went to Mecca or whatever.
I'm done with them. Okay, I'm done with them.
Yeah, so stop this one.
Yeah,
and then we go to the other one.
Essentially, what happens now is they will continue going on. They'll go on, and at the end, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they will say everything that I said. They refuted. They refuted everything that I said, and everything that I said. So that is a big joke, because you did not refute anything that I said. Nothing, not even close, guys. Not even close. You lied, and then you refuted your own lies. You're a joker. This is another one.
Okay, so we'll proceed with this one now.
Yes, please.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji visited Mecca. Does that mean they were Muslim?
Cannot hear again.
Oh, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.
So Sri Guru Nanak Dev said he went to Mecca, and a common question that sometimes Muslim and other people
On your volume, Aki, cannot hear.
only go to
No, that's the way it is.
if you are a
It doesn't come louder
When
than
you
that.
go to Mecca, you have to shave your head and you have to put on their robe, which is an unsewn robe that you've got to wear over a white sheet. Now, that is the case now. Up until the 1800s, anyone could go to Mecca. Because there's many reasons behind that. Obviously, globalization, people are going there all the time on airplanes and stuff. Now, before that, not many people used to go.
Oh, one second.
As big, it wasn't full, it wasn't millions of billions of people a year ago. So anyone could go to Mecca and you didn't have to do these certain things. And if we look, a lot of the reasons why they started to shave their heads before they go to Mecca in the 1800s is because they were scared of people coming and actually telling them the truth about Mecca. And that's, I think, a slightly different topic. But Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib, what did they come to this world for? Sadhguru Nanak Pargataya Miti Tund Jag Chanan Hua. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji came to the world, Miti Tund, the fog of not knowing the truth. Miti Tund, that disappeared. Jagat Chanan Hua. The whole world, Chanan, Roshni, it became illuminated. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji didn't keep that illumination to one place. They didn't say that as he, obviously now when Nankana Sahib is in Pakistan, Talwandi de vich, we've come that itte hi jag chanan karna. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji on the Udasis went in all directions, and they went to allow everyone the opportunity to lift that fog that was in front of them, that fog that was taking them to falseness. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji went to Mecca and gave the people of Mecca, the people who lived there, that opportunity. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji went to the Hindu places where they may have gone. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji went and told them about the true Aarti. Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji went to Mecca and told them that Akal Waheguru, God, does not reside within the Kaaba. What's actually in the Kaaba is a shivling. And if you believe that God is only in one place, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji command Makkah. Now people who look like us will sit on stage and say Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji didn't command Makkah. That's not true. If that's not true, then why did Bhai Gurdas Ji write it? So therefore, we need to be aware of the external attack where they will try and say to us that if you go to Mecca, you have to be a Muslim, you have to do Sunnah, you have to be circumcised, and you have to shave your head. That's the case now, not before the 1800s. This is facts, you can read it in history books. And then if the internal people tell us that Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji didn't command Makkah, then that must be doing a tippani on Bhai Gurdas Ji. And that's nothing surprising in this day and age, because people are doing tippani on Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. So again, it links back to an earlier question. We've got to have that knowledge, we've got to have that shraddha, and we've got to go and seek the true knowledge, not join with people, not join with a Baba, a professor, a doctor, whatever they are. We join with the Guru, and those that join us with the Guru, we thank them.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji visited Mecca.
Yeah.
Does that mean they were Muslim?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think there's a few points to take here, brother. I myself personally, I don't agree with that, because first of all, he said that the shivling was in the Kaaba. That is something totally false. Shivling had nothing to do with Kaaba, one. Secondly, he mentions that Guru Nanak had to go and teach the Muslims. I mean, is this serious? Yeah. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam came and to teach the Muslims, and Guru Nanak had to go and teach them. The Muslims didn't know their own history, their own deen. I think there's an echo coming from your laptop here.
No, it's not for mine.
It's not from my side. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so I kind of take objection to this. I find it a big lie. Also, secondly, there is hadith that clearly that says, about Hajj, about Umrah, about entering Mecca and everything. And also, one thing about Hajj and Umrah, you don't just get on a ship or a plane or whatever and you just land in Mecca or whatever. There are certain steps that you have to take. Whether it was in the 18th century, 17th century, 16th century, they did have control. I mean, the thing is, you have to go to miqat. Yeah, when you go, the place you go is miqat. This is where you put your ihram. Yeah, you don't just go there with your clothes on, with your shirt and trousers, and go to Umrah. So this is totally false there, and the history that they've been teaching their own people is totally false. I mean, they're not relating from our history, from our hadith or anything. One, and secondly, maybe you can enlighten us. Did Guru Nanak himself write that he went to Makkah, or is it other people who wrote? If other people who wrote, then they were not witnesses. It's just like now the Bible, where it says they had 500 witnesses for the crucifixion. Where are they? Present them. When he was there, did he go to Makkah? Because according to his history, when you go to Hajj and Umrah, you have to get, there are certain miqat you have to go, and in that time, in that period, 17th century, 16th century, and everything, they were going to Syria, Palestine, and places like that. These were the countries that they were going to as miqat. Yeah, and the miqat from there, depending on what country you were coming from, yeah, and from those countries, then they will take you. They will check your nationality. They will check your papers or whatever. It wasn't that just anybody could have gone there. There was no control or whatever. This is very, very false. This is real lies that they're talking about. I mean, from the beginning, there was control on Islam, who enters and who doesn't enter. And the thing is as well, they were going through caravans at that time. They were going in caravans, and caravans would have known. The caravans would have known: is he a Muslim? Is he not a Muslim? Like is he praying Salah? Is he not praying Salah? When the time came for Salah, does he pray? Does he not pray? It's not just a free for all or something. I find this like a big lie that they're trying to push here. And why would Guru Nanak have to go to Umrah, to Hajj or whatever, to teach people? Our Prophet didn't do his job. The Sahaba didn't do their job. So this is a big lie that they're pushing to their people. I mean, according to research, according to what I read myself, you don't just go there. Even the 21st century now, you don't just go there. There is control over it. Wherever you go, you have to present your identity, and also, if he went there, the length of the trip that he went there, never one day did he pray his Salah. People wouldn't have known he's not a Muslim. If he didn't pray Salah. Yeah, and you go there as a tourist? You go to Makkah as a tourist? You go there just to take pictures and then see your very nice place or whatever? No, Hajj and Umrah. This is part of our article of faith. Hajj is our article of faith, not the article of faith of a Sikh or a Hindu. So the reason that Muslims go to Hajj is for article of faith. For what reason did he go? So both ways, whether he went to Mecca or he didn't go to Mecca, both of them are shooting themselves in the foot there. They're shooting themselves in the foot in either way, because what would be his purpose to go to Mecca? To go and teach Muslims? Do Muslims need Guru Nanak to come and teach them? No, we don't. He didn't even know Islam. What are you going to teach them? Did he read the Quran? Did he read Hadith to go and teach them? No. So that is a lie. Yeah, he couldn't have gone. And if he had gone as well, he would have gone only as a Muslim. He would not have been able to go as a non-Muslim. Yeah, he would only have to go as a Muslim, because that guy who just spoke earlier on said you have to shave your hair, you have to do circumcision, and you have to wear the ihram. Yeah, these are certain conditions that have to be there, and obviously you'd have to be praying all day. People will be checking you. You come to do Umrah or Hajj or whatever, and you don't pray, so that means you're not a Muslim. So either he deceived people, Guru Nanak himself deceived people, or his people who wrote history deceived people. Now over to you, brother.
Yeah. So just fasting, right? So for the brothers who maybe there's other Sikhi over here on the stream, or later they'll come into the stream, and then maybe this they'll show to the other Sikhi. So you can't get mad for the Sikh people. You can't get mad when we talk like this because they are talking about our religion, right? And they are making it seem like it's really bad. Like Islam is really bad. Okay? How, I mean, put his side, how do we know that the brother does not know what he's talking about and he was probably what he was saying was just a made up thing or he was lying? It's because not when he said this. He said, Guru Nanak went to Mecca to tell the Muslims, right, that God is not in the Kaaba. When did Muslims, in which year did Muslims believe God was in the Kaaba?
Yeah, and especially when he says shivling is in the Kaaba. That is an insult to us.
Yeah. So the Guru Nanak didn't know what he was talking about. If Guru Nanak was going to tell the Muslims that God is not in the Kaaba, it's okay. We already know. The Prophet told us already. From the first Prophet ever, for Adam alayhi salam, we already knew that. We don't need Guru Nanak to come and tell us. So that means Guru Nanak did not know what he was doing. Then he was coming to tell the Muslims that God is not in the Kaaba. We already know that. God is not in the Kaaba. We already know that. Who says that we worship the Kaaba? So this could be a story that's made up. Because they think that because we bow down, so it makes it look like we are worshipping the Kaaba. So this person doesn't know what he's talking about. Right? That's number one. He says that it's written by Pai Gurdesh. Now, Pai Gurdas is a historian. He also wrote in Guru Granth Sahib. He is the one who actually wrote about this narrative, right? Now, is he a prophet? No, he's not a prophet. He's probably a saint or a disciple or something like that, right? Here's the problem. You say that why would Bhai Gurdas write this if it's not true? So are you saying that what Allah wrote in the Quran, what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam wrote in his hadith was wrong? Because there is a surah, there's a verse in the Quran where Allah says it is close to non-Muslim. Who said this? The Prophet of Islam said this, not just anybody who said this. The Mecca, it is close to non-Muslims. It is a worship place for Muslims. So what is he talking about in the 1800s? Does he even knows where which year sallallahu alaihi wasallam became prophet? He's talking before the 1800s. He was okay, this, that, and the other. Where's he going about? It says that you can go and look at this proof. What proof is he talking about? And he said that there was no hundreds of people who were going there. Hello. When Sikh came into this world, Islam was already 900 to 1,000 years old. That means there were well aware enough of people every year going to Makkah doing Hajj.
Yes.
So I don't know what this guy is talking about, man. He's just simply banging things around. He's just simply saying things.
If you can read what I've put on the screen there, what I've shared on the screen, it's very important here because it mentions that before the era of the global European imperialism, Muslims made the Mecca pilgrimage under the auspice of the Islamic empires, the Mamluks, the Mughals, and the Ottoman imperial government. All spent large sums to support the Hajj pilgrim. Making the long and often treacherous journey to Mecca through their empires, long and treacherous routes. So they spent a lot of money to make sure that this was secure, that everything was checked. Not just anybody could just go and when they want or how they wanted or whatever. They spent a lot of money and there was security, there was everything. Okay, and now if you scroll down, you will see the Ottomans were perhaps the most ambitious of Hajj patrons. Each year they sponsored imperial Hajj caravans. So they were going through Hajj caravans, not just somebody lands from India, Guru Nanak lands from India, and there he is in Makkah the next day. No, They had to go to certain locations, and caravans were taking them there. They would know whether they were Muslim, they were not Muslim. And like I mentioned earlier on, was he praying? Was he not praying? Was he when he had to go and put his ihram on? Does he know how to put his ihram? A Muslim would know how to put his ihram. A Muslim is going to Hajj. He will be going to take his ghusl and put his ihram and everything on. It's not just you just go there and then you land in Mecca and that's it. Guru Nanak went to teach the Muslims. That is arrogance. I find that really arrogant. To come and tell us after so many years of our Prophet coming, and the Prophet ﷺ said, "I never left a stone unturned." And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran says, "Today I have perfected your religion for you," and called it Islam. Then Guru Nanak is going to come in and teach us our religion. Come on, this is serious, bro. So if you read here, you will see that in the period that they're mentioning that Guru Nanak went to Mecca, there's no way in the world he could have gone to Mecca. Either he's lying, or these people are lying, or their historians are lying, or he was a Muslim and he went there as a Muslim.
I don't think the Guru Nanak was lying.
Yes.
Someone else might be lying, but I don't think. I mean, just to put it into perspective, I don't think so. Someone like Guru Nanak would be lying. I think
the fact that he didn't write it down himself, that means he wasn't lying. But I'm just giving the options that are there. That somebody's lying along the line there. That he went to Mecca. And the proofs are there. If we read the next part, the Ottomans built their elaborate and expensive Hajj infrastructure for both symbolic and strategic reasons. Hajj patronage was expected of the Ottoman Sultan as an imperial ruler. After the 6th century, and for the Muslim holy cities of Mecca and Medina, with this, he's claimed to be protector of Hajj pilgrims. So, being the protector of Hajj pilgrims, there was control there. Nobody can say that there was no control. At the same time, the Ottomans were able to station troops. Watch this. Were able to station troops and officials in their flag-flung provinces through the Hajj infrastructure that they built, and ceremonies they staged around the annual caravans. They were able to demonstrate the Sultan's Caliph's power and benevolence to support subject populations as well as foreign Muslims. So they knew the foreign Muslims that were coming through. It wasn't just a free-for-all. This situation slowly began to change in the 6th century as the Europeans pushed into the Indian Ocean, and they conquered the Muslim-majority lands and brought along long stretches of Hajj routes under the direct control. As European empires, especially in the 9th century, so did their interest in involvement in the Hajj. So you can see that, there was so much money that was involved, so much money that was spent to make sure that the Hajj was taken care of. No one can turn around and say somebody like Guru Nanak, who was not a Muslim, went and performed Hajj. Present your evidences. Present proper evidences. I'm not a Sikh. I'm just a host of this show. But if anybody mentions something about my religion, something that concerns my religion, I have the right to debunk them. And this is a blatant lie. This is a blatant lie that Guru Nanak went to Mecca. Please, any Sikhs out there, present your evidence, and don't present that one Sikh writer who wrote it. Present your evidence. I mean, somebody went to Hajj, he would have at least written about it. If really Guru Nanak went to Hajj, he himself would have written about it. I went to Hajj, and this is the situation. I went there. I taught the Muslims. I went there. I said this. I said that to them. If he did, if there is anything from him, please present it to us. If there is any witnesses who were with him, any witnesses who were there with him at the time, said that Guru Nanak was there in Hajj or whatever, and I was with him, and this happened or whatever, please present it to us. This is our religion you're talking about. You cannot just throw claims like this and expect people to believe it, and then expect people to believe that Guru Nanak came to teach the Muslims. No, sorry, I cannot accept that. Yeah.
No, that's true. Okay, you see, if you want to make claims, to say that Guru Nanak came and then Guru Nanak had to teach us, basically you are saying that our Prophet, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, peace and blessing be upon him, he was astaghfirullah, he was not good enough. I mean, so that's a big claim, right? If we say that to your gurus, would you like it? You wouldn't like it. You will go jumping up and down, right? So what gives you the right to say that, right? And look at Islam. Islam is the second biggest religion. Okay, more than half of the world's country is Muslim countries. Okay, so stop doing it, man. Stop doing it. Stop doing all these ridiculous things, these ridiculous notions, and creating your own narrative and all that and all this, right? Because you don't need to be practicing anything to know about something. You just need to take time. You need to do your research. You need to learn about it. You need to read about it. Right?
I think I missed out something. I think I missed out something when I was reading earlier on. It's a very important part here, which says clearly from its 8th century beginning, after the birth of Islam, the Meccan pilgrimage has been performed almost exclusively under the patronage of Muslim rulers, through Muslim-ruled lands and with the help of Muslim officials along the way. Hajj pilgrimage, ultimate destination, the holy city of Mecca, was and is still closed to non-Muslims. Can you hear that, brothers out there? Was and is still closed to non-Muslims. So if you have any proof whatsoever that your guru went to Hajj or Umrah, if there's an Arab who wrote about it, I'd like to see it. Yeah, I read Arabic. Yeah, if there's an Arab who wrote about it, he must have met Arabs there. Yeah, he must have met Arabs. He must have met Muslims. It cannot be that a guy from India who doesn't speak Arabic, who doesn't know the Quran, who doesn't know Hadith, just lands there and is teleported to the Kaaba or to Mecca. That is impossible. He had to go through the same route as everybody else. He had to go to Syria or to other places, like go to the Miqat, and all this takes time. People would have met him. He would have conversed with people. Arabs would have written that there was a Guru Sikh who came, and he came and he performed Hajj or whatever. It would have been in our history. So please, if you can present our history to us, then we're more than happy to go through it. But if you don't have it, please don't make claims that are not true. This is a total lie here, because we have in our books, in our Hadith, and even in the Quran, that the Hajj is closed to non-Muslims. Yeah? So you're saying that we are lying, when we're saying that? It is clear. It's clear here. And me, I'm just the host of this program, and I felt uncomfortable when I actually saw that. Saying that Guru Nanak went to Mecca to teach Muslims. Come on, brothers. Come on. I mean, I cannot accept that. Yeah.
I mean, stop. I mean, come on, please. Sikhism is such a beautiful following, it's such a beautiful teaching from all the gurus. They teach you to love each other, to tolerate one another, to spread love, not war, not hate, and all this and all that. Do not lie, do not cause fight, do not cause hate. This is what Sikhism is built on, right? These people, those two jokers, and then these people, they are feeding lies. They are the ones who is poking the other people to cause hatred, to cause fight, to cause division. These are the people. Obviously, do you think if the gurus were alive today and they found out that their followers are lying, do you think they will agree with this? Do you think they will say, go ahead, go and lie? These people are not even ashamed of lying. Have some respect for at least your own gurus. You are lying in their name. Astaghfirullahalazim. We can't even imagine to lie about our prophet, man. What our prophet say? If anyone who makes up a story about me, then pick his place in hell, in the hellfire. Pick his place. So we don't even dream of talking things. So much so that if we want to quote a hadith and we don't really remember, we will say that I don't remember. That is how we treat our prophet. And y'all are lying about your prophet, just simply going out and talking things like that. Have some decency, some respect for your gurus, man. Don't make a joke out of your own selves. I'm done, Aki. I'm done with these people. I don't think so. They've got nothing. If they want, they can set up, they can come up, they can have a discussion. We can have a discussion. I'm always open to have a discussion, no problem. Whether it's basics of Sikh or whether it's anybody else, that's no problem.
Yeah.
We can have a chat.
Yeah, we can say, like, you can take down my channel or people of the book, and, like, you can send us a message. We're open, like, we're open to you. You're welcome with all respect, with utmost respect. You can come and we have a conversation. But me, myself, as the host of this channel, I felt very uncomfortable with what was being said about my religion there, because this is not true at all. And for people to lie, to blatantly lie about my religion, I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. So if you can come with your evidences, you can come with your proofs and show, like, that Guru Nanak went to Mecca and, like, he performed. Because, like I said, there's two sides of the story there. Even one side of the story, if you take it, you're shooting yourself in the foot. If you take the other side of the story as well, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So it's better you come with the truth, which is the truth and which is not, because he could not have gone to Mecca without being a Muslim. Yeah, he had to be a Muslim. He had to, because there was controls, there was checks there, and if he didn't go to Mecca, then you might as well say the truth. And why would he have to go to Mecca and go and teach Muslims there? And please show us the Arab history. The Hajj in that time, in the 17th century, 18th century, would not take 1 day, 2 days. The trip would take at least a month or two. You go by ship, and then from ship you would have to go by caravan. The caravan would entail a lot of people there. People would have noted down that there was a Guru Sikh who came, a Sikh Guru who came, and he performed Hajj or whatever. They would have written it down. It would have been in our histories, but there is nothing. Zero, zilch. Yeah. So if you brothers can present it, I'm prepared to look into it. Yeah. In Arabic, you give us the name of the scholars or whatever who's written about it. I'm prepared to look into it, and then we'll present it, and we will know whether he went. Because this is something that I hear a lot of Sikh people mention, that, like, Guru Nanak performed Hajj, Guru Nanak went to Mecca or whatever. If he did, present us the evidence, not just one side of the evidence. What you've presented is your side of the evidence. Present our side, because it happened in Arab land. If he went to Mecca, there would have been controls there. I just showed that, like, non-Muslims were not allowed, and there was so much money that was spent on security, on whatever. So it's just that, like, somebody landing from India lands in a ship, and he's not teleported to Mecca or whatever. There would have been some controls. He would have to go to the miqat. If you don't know what the miqat is, this is the place where you change and you put the white gown on or whatever. So he would have had to go there. When he went there would have been controls. He would have met Muslims there. Muslims would have mentioned that there was a Sikh Guru who came and he was teaching us our religion. One. Secondly, did Guru Nanak know the Quran fully? I doubt it. Did he know the Hadith fully? I doubt it. So what did he come to teach us then? What did he come to teach Muslims? Come and show us, please. We invite you. My channel is open. Brother Hasmeet is here. I'm sure we can have a good conversation, and you will be welcome as brothers. We have nothing against you, no hardship, no, nothing against you. You come and we can have a conversation. But to make claims like this, on videos, and then expect all the Sikh community to believe it, and expect Muslims to even believe it. Some Muslims who are non-aware will believe that Guru Nanak went and performed Hajj, or he went to Mecca or whatever. Please bring your evidence. Bring your evidence and talk about it. Yeah, I'm welcoming you on my channel, O People of the Book. Go to YouTube, type O People of the Book. You will see the conversation. You will see the Sikh streams. Just type a message on there. Ask me for some contact or whatever, and I will give you my contact, and we can arrange some meeting. You can arrange some stream live if you want, and your time. And we can get it sorted. You can bring your evidences. If your evidence is in Arabic, if it's in English, if it's in whatever language, then we can see. But to just make claims like this, I'm sorry, I don't agree to it. I know brother Hasmeet has been quite unhappy today because the claims that were made about him, let alone about him. But me looking at these claims being made about my prophet didn't know, Guru Nanak had to go and teach him the Muslims. And that Guru Nanak went to Hajj, went to Mecca, where my prophet had mentioned, and the Quran had mentioned that non-Muslims are not welcome in what's the name? They cannot go to Mecca. It's not that they're not welcome. I'm not using that term, but they cannot go to Mecca. So you're trying to tell us something that against our books. Bring evidence and show us. and not one-sided evidence. So again, I'd like to invite you. I'd like to welcome you to our channel, and for those out there as well who are watching, I thank you for having them, watch the show. And Brother Hasmeet, your final words, if you have any final words on this that we can finish with. It's we're reaching the 1.5 hour mark here, so
Yeah. So all I want to say is that do your research. Don't take our words for it. Don't take anybody's words for it. Do your research. Don't, because there's just too many lies out there. Too many people creating your own narrative, creating your own lies. Right? Do your research before so you're educated yourself. Otherwise, if you just listen to what people say and you believe, you end up like those two jokers that we played right here, right? See, they didn't know nothing, and yet they are so arrogant and they think that they know everything. Now, just because they did not know, they were unaware of it, so that means that's a lie, right? Who do they think they are? They think that they are all-knowing? No, they're human beings, nothing else. They're not all-knowing. So don't become like them. Take them as an example. Take them as an example. Those two, right? Don't fall into that shaitan trap where the shaitan fills your heart with so much of hate, so much of anger that you become so stupid, right? You become so stupid. You think you are right, but actually you are wrong. Inshallah, may Allah all guide us and to be to receive success on this dunya and in akhirat. Ameen.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Even maybe you're not watching now, you'll be watching in the future, because I know we did this a bit early because of our timings and everything. Maybe in your time you were not able to watch it live, but after you watch it live, you can make your own conclusion yourself. After you've watched the recording, you can make your own conclusions. And also, please go and research. Go and check it. Yeah. Don't listen to us. Don't listen to them. Please go and research. And I appeal to the brothers who've done these videos and everything. Please, come. I welcome you on my channel. Nobody's going to shout at you. Nobody's going to be disrespectful to you. You come. You bring your proofs. You bring your evidence. You bring your evidences against Brother Hasmeet. That's one thing. That's his side. But please bring evidence of what has been said in the Sikh history about Guru Nanak went to Mecca to teach my people, my religion. I'm not happy to kind of agree to something like this offhand. You bring your evidence, you bring it either in Arabic, in English, wherever you can find it, and you bring it and we'll discuss it. I'll be more than happy. So I thank you all for having watched this and for watching in the future. And I hope you do benefit from it. And whatever we said is from us. If there's any wrong that we made, may Allah forgive us. And whatever good you're getting from it is from Allah. And I hope to see you again. If we do have another podcast on the same issue, you will be informed. And again, I'd like to remind you that you're watching Jamal on O People of the Book, and my special guest for today was Brother Hasmeet, who we've done 3 episodes of this now. So I'd like to say to you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and I'll see you again, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.